So yesterday I uploaded a video about Monster Hunter Outlanders, and a lot of you guys pointed out that there was a new developer video that was uploaded onto YouTube. Now, I actually recorded that particular video in advance, and this video hadn't been released at that point yet, and that is why I didn't really watch this one. So we're going to be checking it out for the first time today. Gaijin has actually had an opportunity to play Monster Hunter Outlanders in TGS, and his impressions were fairly positive, so let's go ahead and check this out and see what these guys are working with.
Okay, they're going to show us some live gameplay. The audio is going to be like full Japanese, so do bear with me here. First time this game is being revealed on such a big stage. Character selection screen. Protagonist Fated Adventure, and a few others. So the Fated Adventure, if I'm not mistaken, you'll actually be able to customize him, because that's kind of like the actual representation of your character. At least that was my interpretation from the material that you've seen so far. Let's see if they say anything about that. The Fated Adventure can use any weapon. On the right, you can see each character's class and strengths, and videos of their moves. This demo will be using Midori, who is a longsword wielder. Every time, bro, the gameplay I watched, somebody was playing longsword. This time, they're using the same character that's longsword, bro. It's always about longsword. It's the most popular weapon, man. I'm memeing before people start getting upset. This is a joke. Relax. Jesus. Get that stick surgically removed from your rectum. Right now we only have 4 female adventurers. Of course, many male adventurers will be available when the game is released. Okay, so it's not just waifus. We've got them husbandos on check as well, so you don't have to worry about that. This is the Alarion Islands that we introduced earlier. Its altitude is low, like a seaside field. If you look to the back there, there's fungi and algae thriving. The ground's also uneven, making it feel more layered and dynamic. What you see here is a watchtower. Watchtowers always scare me, bro. It's always the old Ubisoft thing. It's now being repaired. These Rurikhan buddies here are fixing it. They're good at building stuff. We've revealed more on the map. So let's move on to the target destination. This is a glider. That's nice. Lets you travel through the air. You can craft at any time, but for this demo, we'll use one that's already been placed. I mean, you can craft at any time, but does it cost materials? How do you get those materials? Because, like, these are always concerns when it comes to mobile games. Like, how do we get these things, right? Can we get them regularly? Are these going to be something that is like, oh, you need to log in every day in order to be able to get the materials to do the thing? Or is it a thing that you need to buy the season pass or buy additional materials? Like, these are the concerns that I have, and these are the things I really want to hear the developers talk about. Because it's like, I look at the gameplay, right? And I guess this is like one of the first times that they're showcasing gameplay to the public, so it makes sense that they're explaining mostly gameplay things. But because I've already seen the gameplay on the previous video, I'm like, I really want to know more about business model, but I don't know if they talk about it here. You can travel to another point quickly by gliding on it. So this is kind of like the Coral Highlands zip lines. Then we have the catapult. This is for launching your character with the glider. I will say that wasn't particularly smooth. Because like what I want to do if I'm using the catapult like this is I want to get to this point and I want the glider to pop out and not just like stop my character, right? If you notice here, the character straight up stops. Like, you see that? It stops, loses all momentum. And I'm like, no, if I'm launching myself with a catapult for a glider, I want the character to keep going and sustain that momentum into the glide. Particularly useful for expensive areas and areas with elevation. Yeah. Island researcher. He's having troubles with a monster. We've accepted the Radiant Pukei-Pukei hunting quest. Okay. Oh, it's right there. It doesn't seem like this is also going to focus on traditional having to find the monster type of mechanics. It's like, oh, it's right there. It was in the map the moment you open up the tower. So it seems like in this game you construct those towers, and the second you construct the towers, you just know where the monster is, unless things change when you get further ahead. But the reality is I wouldn't expect things to be very changed in this aspect, because considering that this is a mobile game, this is not really going to do the whole rounded thing that we usually tend to have in Monster Hunter. I mean, used to have in Monster Hunter, of having to track targets and do all of that shenanigans, because it's a phone game, so it's meant to be played in short bursts, and people wouldn't want to like, oh, let me jump into my phone game, and then you spend like 5 minutes trying to locate a monster. Yeah, it's probably not going to be happening, I expect. Okay, he's going to show the controllers. There's quite a few buttons on the bottom right. Yeah, these are things that Gaijin was showing in his video as well, and it's basically like that the big button is your basic attack, and then what they do is they have skills, and each of these skills might correspond to like a different move of the longsword. And the interesting thing that Gaijin showed in his gameplay is that it seems like you can level these up. So he played with the dual blades character, and the different skills, he goes into a menu and it's got like all the skill levels and stuff, and it showed each of the skills was level 1 out of 8. And so it seems like, I don't know, the vibe that I got from that is, let's say for instance you're playing longsword like they're doing here, and the move that you really like is like the poking move or something. Maybe you can buff that up and that will deal more damage. I don't know if that's the point. Also, this thing here seems to be something that changes dynamically, which they've talked about, and like right now I think it's set to flash is what it seems to be. But the interesting thing is that it doesn't really have a limit. This could be a demo thing, or maybe just have infinite flashes in this game. I don't know, but I think that this is the flash icon. Like you see there, goes to went to trap as well. That's the button for basic attacks. Tap this button, you can perform combo attacks. The left is a virtual directional pad. Yep, standard mobile stuff. Backstab slash if you do back. Bottom right is evade button. Top right lets you shoot your weapon. 3 buttons arching up on top are skills. This time we're using longsword, and for basic attacks you just locked onto a part. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I'm not sure if they show. Yeah, this is the lock-on system. So there's a little targeting reticle there. If we go back further, like you see, it's here. And so you click that, and then you drag to lock on to a different part of the monster. So that's what it's about to do right now. Like, see right there? So basically it's like, oh, you want to target the left wing, the right wing, the left leg, the right leg, the tail, or the head. And these are the lock-on points for Pukei-Pukei. So I'm assuming different monsters might have different things, because like obviously not all monsters are going to have wings, but they might have something else, or they might have less things. Who knows? You just locked onto a part. Tapping and holding onto the lock-on button opens a radial menu, which allows you to select which part to lock onto. Skills at the bottom right. You saw that? Okay, this is something I'm actually interested in learning more about. Which saw there was a character exclusive move called the Ultimate. Okay, so each character has different ultimate abilities. Requires time and energy to build up to unleash. So and I know that some people are like, oh, I can't believe that they would do this to Monster Hunter. Yeah, Generations does that as well. So basically, it's kind of like a similar concept to Hunter Arts, which you've had in Generations. It's just even more flashy than Generations if we thought that was possible. Pukei-Pukei ran, let's chase after it. Okay, so that's another construction thing, it seems like, for the updraft. Again, one of the things that concerns me is how limited it is going to be for us to craft these things, how much of that is going to be tied to money, how much of that is just like, oh, you can just grind and get it. Important details. Try chopping his tail. They'll unleash the co-op skill any moment now. It's cooperative time. It's like a ultimate move that you do with your hunting buddy. There it is. So the buddy is laying onto the monster. An icon and there's an icon that appeared on its tail. So if you played with other players, coordinating your attacks on the part while that icon is there will deal massive damage to the monster. Okay. So basically when you do your buddy ultimates, he marks a part that likely increases damage. It's almost, would also be considered akin to tenderizing almost. Its form changed. It's a new form. It's because it's entered a frenzied state. Okay, y'all need to be real careful about your wording here, okay? Listen, Monster Hunter fans gonna read that. The few ones that know how to read, because that's the thing about us Monster Hunter fans. We don't know how to read, okay? Don't mess with us. But as I was saying, y'all better be really careful when you're talking about frenzy, because the moment anybody says the word frenzy in Monster Hunter, we're all like, Gormagala. It's Gormagala. But I don't think that's what they're talking about here. They're talking about the fact that he is a radiant Pukei-Pukei, and this frenzied state is related to the fact that he is radiant, and I don't think it's related to Gormagala. And the worst part is that it also made him purple. And now, you know, I unpause the video and they go like, actually, that's Gormagala. Looks like got the tail chop. That's in a frenzied state, it will unleash a powerful attack. It's like some quirky poison. I was trying to see if I could find like any indication of the frenzy virus, but this just seems like poison. You see the trillion flying about there? It's time when you start a hunt during the demo version here. Adventurer will fight alongside you. During the official release, you can choose to play with 3 others in full squad. Okay. Big Vigor Wasp. When you're low on health, it will heal you. Damn. By the power of anime, I guess. There's activities like minigames. Okay. For those of you who will be trying the demo, please do give these minigames a go. Radiant Rathalos. Okay, so they're just showing... Oh, let's look at what can we do at the 10. Wait, did he pick up Nullberry? Yeah, looks like you can just pick up Nullberries. See, that makes me think that we'll be able to just pick up stuff to do potions. Because if they're giving you Nullberries, now that appears all this Radiantite right is... Radiantite. Good old Rathalos. Perfect dodge. Looks like there's another hunter there, so that will be the companion they were talking about, wielding a bow. Oh, there's I just noticed, I started noticing the damage numbers, and it looks like some parts are like tenderized. So Midori has something special that when she charges the spirit gauge, she can unleash her special. There it is. Ooh, Rathalos blasted him out of it. I don't know how I feel about the... Usually I'm a sucker for this type of stuff, you know, the big ultimate moves. But them just showing you the character's face and pausing the hunt almost. I mean, because it's not going to be a pause. You're just going to have hyper armor while that's happening, I would expect. Because they'll need to keep the hunt going for multiplayer purposes. But usually I'm a sucker for that type of animation stuff. But in Monster Hunter, I don't know. It just feels very out of place. Like this thing right here. It's so weird. Right? Just look at the frames where you go from... It makes it feel like a Musou game. You know what I'm talking about? Like a Dynasty Warriors game. And I don't know if I like that. And actually, I do know. I don't like it. Because, like, there's not even a zoom in and then camera shift to, like, transition, which I guess that would be even more Musou. But there's just straight up a bam. Like, it goes from this frame to this frame. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I mean, then again, if it was an animation for a big old wyvern fire. Right here you can pick up the item you wish to use. Sometimes an icon will pop here and show you recommended items. The system considers you. So yeah, that's the stuff that I was talking about. Careful of something that's going to happen. Looks like that was the ultimate of the bow character. Get roared. It's like Rathalos is Balin. Okay, that you picked up some honey. Didn't seem like it auto-craft mega potions. You can heal yourself. Craft some facilities before going after it. Okay, maybe that shows the materials required. Ah, it consumed something. Looks like you need wood, which they have 99. I think we've seen it in the trailer, right? We've seen them chopping wood. So basically you chop wood, takes 3 wood to do this. Okay, that doesn't seem predatory. Again, we're at the showcase. I don't know if this is what the final game's going to be. My opinion might change on that, but assuming that's like, oh, you chop down a tree. Assuming a tree would give you like 5 to 10 logs. I don't expect you to have to chop down 3 trees to get 3 logs. So, you know, you chop down 1 tree, you get enough to do 1 of these. I think that's okay. Not to mention it actually puts more emphasis in gathering than wilds. Would you be able to destroy it and regain the materials, I wonder? You can choose the endpoint. And you shoot the cannon. Pow! Yeah, the moment... See, this is the one thing that I really don't like. I pointed it out earlier. Like, the way your character just stops, loses all momentum. It's kind of like, meh. Icons on top of the monsters to make it easier for players to understand what the monster's reacting to. I guess you kind of need that for the mobile audience. Flashed out of the sky. I think that was the NPC that did it, though. What was that about something showing up later as powerful enemies? Radiant speeches themselves won't show up right at the very start when the game releases. Okay, so this is just them showing off the system. So in the start, you're going to be fighting normal monsters. Yeah, that was to be expected. Used to be behaving a little strangely. Use the co-op skill now. Nope. There it is. Purple aura. Get flashed. That map is chock full of icons. There we go. So now you're supposed to hit the tail. What is that? That looked like one of her special skills. Formations appear where the oh! Okay, so you have to destroy the fireball impacts, otherwise they blow up. Interesting. Damn, that almost looks like charging up the Sapphire Star. Locking on to a different part. Tail chop. I'm hoping the Radiance will be considerably harder than this. This is probably just for the show floor. But then again, it is mobile, so there are some limits that you're going to have to deal with. I'm hoping there's controller support. Gaijin said there's good chance of this featuring controller support. And also PC client. PC client would be great. I don't want to play this on my phone. The animations look right, at least. Look like there was a decent animation commitment and amount of weight to each of the animations. Same process, previous Monster Hunter games, carving, gathering materials and using them to make equipment. Oh, we're actually going to make equipment. Aww, that was it? Except for today's live demo, I heard there are other stage events happening. We hope we can show off more during those as well. Arigatou gozaimashita. お時間もいい時間になってまいりましたので、お二人も立ち上がっていただいてよろしいでしょうか。一歩前の方にお越しください。改めてですね、リリースを楽しみにされている皆様。Final message. Okay, let's see if they reveal anything that'll be interesting. Monster Hunter Outlanders, developed by Timmy Studios, have a very long history creating mobile games. They suggested all sorts of exciting ideas, like wouldn't it be fun if we tried this, or we'd like to try this. Our role at Capcom has been to supervise and support, so that these ideas fit into the world of Monster Hunter. We're now finally at the point where you can all try out what we've been working on. There's a demo version here today, and the closed beta test will begin in November. I signed up for the beta test. Of course, there are still things we think can be improved and made more fun, so we'd really like to get your feedback. We'll keep on working to make this the best experience possible. One of the things that I'd like to make sure, because I know that a lot of people are going to have access to this thing, make sure that, because there's going to be a survey afterwards. There's always surveys after these types of closed betas. Make sure that you provide feedback on monetization stuff. I think that's going to be the most important thing. How do they monetize? What are the things that you'd want to see? It's like, look, just sell us the cosmetic stuff that we know you're going to do, and just don't sell us power. Just do not sell us power. That's like that's the worst thing that you can possibly try and do, which, assuming this is going to be a gacha, which hasn't, as far as I'm aware, hasn't been confirmed yet. I don't know, man. We'll have to see. There are lots of things we want to try. Most important is that they're implemented in a way that you will find fun. So we'll be listening to your feedback, using it to shape the game into something really great. Hope you look forward to it, and thank you for your support. Okay, let's see. Let's see what Mr. Wang has to say. Ginger Spears here today in this demo. It's just a small part of what we're still working on. We still have more content and ideas in stores, so I hope everyone will join the upcoming test as well. Our team is always eager to hear what players think, so we hope you'll try out the game and let us know your feedback. And share your ideas with us. With your help, we're confident we can make the game even better. Looks like he was speaking in Chinese, and they're going to translate that afterwards. Wait. Is there no translation? Did I made a mistake? It definitely sounded Chinese. Or maybe Korean, I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. It's pretty much the same thing that I said last time, which is to say that, like, look, this looks interesting. The gameplay looks like it's gonna be on point. You know, for what we could expect for a mobile Monster Hunter game. It's got interesting mechanics like the building stuff and whatnot, and you know, maybe there's even I think there's gonna be base building elements and all that, and you know, there's lots of potential for expansion there. But it's all about can I play this on PC? I don't want to play it on a touchscreen. Call me a boomer. I don't care. I want to play it on a controller, on a proper machine. I don't want to be, like this. This is not my thing. I hate playing games like that. It's just not for me. So Gaijin is saying that potentially the controller support should be a thing at the very least, and I'm just hoping for a native PC client. If not, I'm gonna see what's the best way of like emulating on PC, because that's where I really want to play ultimately. And yeah, I will be checking it out, and I will be telling you guys when I'm able to get more information on it. But for now, right back on to Wilds, because Omega tomorrow, baby. See you guys later. Peace.